So Fallout is a post-apocalyptic game. It's set in a sort of a parallel universe, if you will. It's a world that split off after the 1950s, and technology advanced more rapidly. And it was the future that they realized is their sort of idea of Tomorrowland, with robots for maids and fusion-powered cars and that kind of thing. And then that world is the one that gets blown up in a nuclear war. And it's a big open sandbox for you to explore. You can run around and shoot stuff all you want, or you can be stealthy, decide what kind of weapons you want to use dialogue and try and talk your way through it. It's really a game where the player gets to decide what kind of person they want to be and how they want to play through the game. The idea is that you emerge from that vault for the first time. You grow up during the first part of the game, flashing through different periods of your childhood as you grow up in the vault, and then when you're 19, you leave the vault. And coming out of that wasteland and not knowing anybody or where to go, it's very much a case of, well, we lead you where to go for the main quest, but you can really head in any direction and do whatever you want. And you could play the game for 40 hours and never once do anything related to the main quest. You can spend a lot of time figuring out what you want to look like, as well as, what do I want my character to be? How am I going to assign my points to my specials, my base attributes in terms of what I want to be good at? Do I want to be strong, or do I want to be intelligent or particularly lucky? What am I going to put my skill points in? So as you play through the game and you level up, you're spending skill points to decide what kinds of things do I want to be better at doing. What kind of guns or weapons do I want to use? Am I going to be sneaky? Am I going to have a high speech skill so I'm good at getting information out of people? So all of those things really go into custom tailoring the experience to how you want to play the game. The thing you spend a lot of time doing in most games like ours is running around killing stuff. That you do get quests and whatnot, but you're going out in the world and stuff is attacking you, or you're attacking it and hacking your way through dungeons or whatever. No matter what kind of game it is, you spend a lot of time doing that, so we wanted it to be as fun as possible. And the VAT system was created with the idea being that you could use it as much or as little as you wanted to, but it's definitely balanced. So it's not a case where you go for a headshot every time, you're definitely going to be the best off. You may do more damage there, but there's usually going to be a lower percentage chance of hitting that body part. So you're sort of making trade-offs. You want a less of a chance to hit, but more of a chance to do damage. And then it's also balanced for VATS uses action points. And so once you use up all the action points in VATS, you actually have to wait during real time for those action points to recharge before you can go into it again. If you're not particularly good at first-person shooters and you're having trouble, targeting your enemies, that you can go into VATS and really heighten the experience with your character's abilities, taking multiple folks out at a time. It really does add a lot to the game and the gameplay experience. And even during the show here, I've seen a lot of folks really cracking up at some hilarious replays of violence gone horribly and terribly wrong. So it does add a lot to the game, I think. We did announce at E3 that we are doing downloadable content exclusively for Xbox 360 and PC. I'm not sure when that'll be or what exactly that'll be yet, but it'll be something substantive. So for a game like ours that adds has around 100 hours of gameplay total, we do something. We wanted to add even more hours of gameplay, some unique experiences, some new stuff for you to do with your character. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking to do with our downloadable content.